Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to the Media Files. Well, here it is. It is All Hallows Eve, the day before Halloween, and, well, let's just say that, went to the local disc replay and the thrift store, and, well, let's just say we got one last round of horror stuff, / a few little items that really aren't horror, but they're just going in here for this video. So we got quite a number of DVDs to go through. Yes, so let's see what we got this time. Alright, so first up, let's see. So here we have a film here that I have not seen yet. But all I know is that it has Donald Sutherland in it. Supposedly it's based on a terrifying true story, so we'll see how this actually is. But here we have An American Haunting. Yes, the unrated edition. I'm guessing probably a few seconds of nastiness or scares or whatever. Anyways, apparently this is based on the true story of the Bell Witch of Tennessee. Okay. Let's see here. American Haunting is the story of a spirit who brutally attacked the Bell family, causing the death of one of the members. Years later, it's taken back most of the horrific nights to find out the truth of the spirit's nature and its origin on the night it was born. Ooh, yay. I'm going to say probably your typical, maybe your PG-13 movie. We'll see. Bonus feature-wise, we got, obviously, widescreen, 5.1 Dolby Digital, 2.0. We got director's video commentary, alternate and deleted scenes, internet promotions, interview with director Courtney Solomon, and actress Sissy Spacek. I forgot she was in this. And English-Spanish subtitles, trailer, and TV spots. Yeah. Courtney actually went on to do, well, actually way before this, did that Dungeons and Dragons movie, unfortunately. Yeah, let's pan down a little bit here. Apologize for the awkwardness of the camera here. New camera, I'm still learning this thing, so. Alrighty, then up next we have ourselves a comedies. Yeah, a few comedies here. Some of these are reacquisitions, actually. So first off, this one is not. I've never seen this, but it's a Chevy Chase classic from what I can tell. But here we have the first film, Fletch. It's not a horror film, but it's a comedy. But you know, what do you do? Well, technically, this really isn't horror, but you know, there is a few scenes in hell, so you know, I guess there is a brief, a very small, brief glimpse of horror. It's South Park the movie. This movie's just hilarious. That's all you need to know. Alright, then we have here a couple of Jim Carrey films. So first off, we have one of his, I think it's like his second or third more like dramatic films that he's done. We have The Majestic. I like this movie. It's really good. I used to have this, and then I think it got damaged or I got lost or something, but yeah, really great movie. It's very underrated, but if you are a person who loves movies, especially the movie theater itself, then it's definitely for you, especially when it's a throwback to like the older movies of like the 30s and 40s, that type of vibe. Directed by Frank Darabont, by the way. And then here we have one of his classics, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Now, this version here, this is actually the VHS cut. The one that was actually released on VHS, because it is the additional footage not seen theatrically. As in, basically, there's a few scenes in here that is not in the original theatrical cut. This cut runs for 87 minutes. I think the other one runs for about 85. But basically, like, the main thing that's really the big difference is the high-skin skinny ments. I tell you, a dolphin. That scene, and then there's a few others, but there actually is more footage that is actually not even on this DVD. That's actually on the television version of the film, where he actually gets on stage with the band Cannibal Corpse, and he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. He starts headbanging away and stuff. He was a big fan of the band Megadeth at the time, and but yeah, this is probably the best way to watch it, in my opinion. I mean, even though it's full frame, I don't care. This movie is awesome because you can only find this particular version in full frame to begin with. The theatrical version is, of course, widescreen. Alright, next here we've got, let's see, that was it for the movies from the Thrift Store. We got a book here real quick. We've got book number 12 of the Master and Commander series. We've got The Letter of Mark, or Marquet. I don't know why they chose to do blue with red. It really affects the eyes, especially with this type of background. To me personally, I would have done this in black. That would have been much easier. Because the spine, you can't tell what the heck is going on there. You're like, alright. See, much more appealing to the eye. Blue does not work good on a gray background, folks, okay? Now, red, I would have done outlines with it. It would have been so much easier. If you can read that. Excuse me. I gotta get myself a drink of water here. I'm kind of dying of thirst. Let's see here. So yeah, I mean, can't go wrong with a little Wawa. You know, helps with the, keeps the voice in check. Just a plain coffee mug. Oh, and I also forgot I did get this too. A small sci-fi book, which is actually in a book protector. So here we have from writer Paul Anderson, not Paul Anderson, Paul, P-O-L-U, P-O-U-L. I can't spell. Anyways, we have Trader to the Stars. Sounded interesting, so I'm like, why not give it a shot? Alright, now we're in for the disc replay run. We got a major haul here from them. So here we have, basically I think it's one of the only Francis Ford Coppola movies I haven't seen yet. Not really a horror film, but technically it kind of somewhat could be, depending on how you look at it. But here we have Gene Hackman in The Conversation. I've always wanted to see this, and let's see here. Close up of The Conversation featurette, commentary by Francis Ford Coppola, commentary by film editor Walter Birch. I love listening to him. He's awesome. I think he's probably my favorite film editor. Widescreen, Dolby Digital, and yada yada yada. Same thing as always, and of course the trailer. It just dawned on me that I didn't do anything else for the other 4 movies. Let's go to the other 4 real fast here. Okay. Let's see here. Fletch. Your typical average early DVD thing. Production notes, bios, film highlights, and trailer. South Park, widescreen, English subtitles, 3 trailers, and that's it. Let's see here. Ace Ventura, feature-length commentary by director Tom Shadyac on an alternate audio track. And pretty much your normal menu. Then The Majestic, we've got additional scenes. Oh, they also include here the movie within the movie, Sand Pirates of the Sahara, the complete sequence. That is cool. Interactive menus, trailer, film highlights, scene access, languages. Yeah, that's actually worth, I think. I love it when they do stuff like that, when they add stuff that's actually like a fake movie within the movie, like the gangster film that Angels with Filthy Souls from Home Alone. Alright, so up next, this is definitely, well, it doesn't start off in horror, but by the end of that thing, it gets really freaky. In my opinion, it goes like complete Hellraiser times 5,000. So here we have, well, this is the only anime that I have here, but here we have Berserk, the Golden Age Arc movie collection, which features all 3 films, Egg of the King, The Battle for Doldry, and The Advent. Yeah, definitely not for kiddies. Let's just put it that way. So, main feature in English and Japanese. And then we have production art galleries, Japanese trailers, TV spots, and teasers. Susumu Hirasawa's Aria live concert. Interviews with Aki Toyosaki, Minako Kotobuki, ending theme, breakthrough. So yeah, okay, some interviews with some of the actors, the voice actors. Alrighty, so up next we have on DVD we've got the Return of the Living Dead, which I've never seen before, but I know of it because of the insane melting man character. Loaded with features, directed by Dan O'Bannon, the creator of Alien. Yes. So here we have commentary from director writer Dan O'Bannon and production designer William Stout. Designing the Dead featurette, conceptual art by William Stout, TV spots, and original theatrical trailer. Yeah, I want to say this is going to be a flipper disc. And I was right. Good old flipper discs. And then we also have Return of the Living Dead. You're like, okay, so why do you have 2 copies? Huh? Okay, let me explain. Okay, so first of all the stuff that I had mentioned just before, well, this edition has different extras for some part. So, it has the audio commentary with the cast, crew, and undead. The audio commentary with director Dan O'Bannon and production designer William Stout. Decades of Darkness. Return of the Living Dead. The Dead have risen. Zombie subtitles for the film, and Designing the Dead. So Designing the Dead is the same featurette that's ported over to this edition. This just has more bonus extras. I think this is actually the collector's edition. And, yeah, this one actually has artwork. And apparently, color your own movie cover thing. Interesting. Let's take a look at this thing real quick here. Let's see what this is. Hopefully nobody's colored in it. Ah, this was probably from the, yeah, that was from the Walmart day, like when they would release the movies and they put that on the front cover. 28 Days Later, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, Black Swan, Carrie, Child's Play, Devil's Due, The Fly. That's pretty cool. Yeah, how awesome is that? That back in here. Alright. So up next, we got a film starring Robert Englund. We've got, not Freddy Krueger, we've got 2001 Maniacs. So your writer, don't know anything about it. It just stars Freddy Krueger, that's all I know. So for bonus features, we've got director and producer commentary, audio commentary with director Tim Sullivan and actor Robert Englund, Inside the Asylum, making a featurette, deleted scenes and extended scenes, outtakes and alternate opening with John Landis. Interesting. And your typical 5.1 and 2.1 Dolby Digital, Spanish, English subtitles, closed captions. It's the same thing. The only difference is that it has black lines underneath it. And trailers. So yeah, cool. Why not? Alright. Now these aren't really... Now this next set, it's not horror, but come on. It's Bronson, okay? It's Charles friggin' Bronson. We got a triple feature set here. Boom. With 3 of the coolest movies that he's ever made. Death Wish 3, The Mechanic, and Mr. Majestic. I've never seen Mr. Majestic. I've always wanted to see it. I'm glad I finally own it now. The Mechanic is awesome because it got remade with Jason Statham. And Death Wish 3, that's just hardcore. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's, you know, it's just an action movie. It's totally action all over the place. And, you know, what can you do? I mean, it's awesome. It really is. And, so yeah, there we go. Charles Bronson. Alright. Then up next, then we have another multi-pack set here. We've got the double set of Ouija and Ouija Origin of Evil. I've heard the first one is okay, but I've heard that the sequel, or rather in this case, the prequel, is actually a much better film. Um, oh, that's why. Because the second movie was actually directed by Mike Flanagan, who would do tons of great Stephen King adaptations. For Ouija, we've got Adapting the Fear. Join the cast on the set to discover how they adapted this portal into the spirit world into a feature film. And for the second film, we have Deleted Scenes, The Making of Ouija, Origin of Evil, Home is Where the Horror Is, The Girl Behind Doris, and the feature commentary with director, co-writer, and editor Mike Flanagan. So yeah, there we go. Alright, then up next we have a movie that I've been really wanting to see. Basically, the return of the ultimate badass vampire of all time, the sexiest vampire of all time, the guy who basically just won't leave you alone until he sucks your blood. I'm talking about the coolest guy. He started it off in the 30s. He's still going strong to this day. Good old Renfield. Yeah, yep, Renfield. With Nicolas Cage starring as Dracula. Yeah. I have not seen this yet, but I heard it is nuts, and it's really, really good. When I saw the trailer for this, I'm like, it looks okay. But apparently I was wrong. Apparently it was getting really good reviews at the time. And, yeah, I have been looking forward to seeing this. So, yeah, now I can actually sit down and actually watch it. And so, bonus feature-wise, we got deleted and extended scenes, alternate takes, Dracula Uncaged, and more. So, yeah, we'll have to see what all the other and more is. Let's hear. Oh, screen story by Robert Kirkman. Okay, well, that ought to be good then. Alright, up next, we have ourselves a set that I've been wanting for a while. Basically, well, this actually is an Emmy award-winning miniseries. Here we have, to add to the Stephen King collection, we've got Nightmares and Dreamscapes from the short stories of Stephen King. So here we have, for bonus features, actually it's loaded with 3 discs, actually. Let's hear. Actually, the one that won for Best Visual Effects was actually the first episode here, Battleground. Of course, some of the effects were done by one of the visual effects guys that I used to watch all the time on YouTube growing up when I was getting into film, Ryan Weaver, who would go on to, obviously, he works now for, obviously, a visual effects company and whatnot, but he went on to do Heroes, and of course he's famous for Ryan vs. Dorkman for both films. But yeah, definitely check this out. I've not watched all of this. I've only seen a few snippets of some of the episodes, but not all of it. But 3 discs loaded with stuff. So we've got Behind the Drama of Nightmares and Dreamscapes from the story of Stephen King, from the mind of Stephen King, Page to Picture, the inside look of Making of Featurettes, interviews with the series stars, Battleground special effects featurette. So yeah, there we go. Alright, so up next, now I don't know if this is a horror movie or not, but it just sounded like it possibly could be. It's like a Western horror film, is what it sounds like to me. But here we have some movie called Macon County Line. Yeah, don't know anything about it. It just basically sounds like you go into you cross the line, and now you're gonna deal with the basically a crazy redneck lawman. Okay, sounds like a horror film to me. It's good enough. All right, up next we got ourselves another multi-pack set. We've got ourselves the double bill of The Strangers, the Killer 2 movie collection. Of course, this is the original release of both films. This has nowhere near nothing to do with the trilogy remake that is currently on Chapter 1, with Chapter 2 coming out soon, and then Chapter 3, so on. So, for the bonus features for the first film, we got deleted scenes and the element of terror. That's an interesting little documentary about how they created some of the sound effects. They did a lot of that live, which was kind of interesting. Then we have, of course, Pray at Night, which is the second film. That one I have not seen yet. But here we have Prep for Night music video, the director's cut. A look at the inside of The Strangers Pray at Night, Family Fights Back, and the music of Strangers Pray at Night. Who did the score? Apparently this one was inspired by it. I don't know, it's hard to tell when you got... okay. Directed by Johan Roberts, the second one was. Okay, well, we'll see how this is. Actually, I just realized that it actually stars Lewis Pullman, who actually would go on to play... oh, God, what's his name? Not Payback. Hangman in Top Gun Maverick. Then we have another multi-pack set here. We've got Mimic, the 3-movie collection, which features all 3 Mimic films. Now, this one does not have the director's cut of Mimic, unfortunately. I think there actually is a set that has that one, or it's actually just released on its own. But, yeah, I've never seen Mimic at all. I know it's a Guillermo del Toro film. That I'm aware of. Apparently all 3 of these films actually have special features, but nothing is listed here in the back. Interesting. Yeah, definitely have to check out the first film, because I love Guillermo del Toro's work. I think that's the only one out of his movies that I haven't seen. Alright, finally, the last 2 things. They're not horror, but the first one kind of somewhat could be, depending if you were in that situation. So here we have basically one of the ultimate badasses of all time from the 80s. We've got the Ultimate Edition box set of the original Rambo trilogy. Yeah. So, yeah, get a look at that there. Ultimate Edition, loaded with bonus features. And there we go. So, the funny thing is that there actually is another edition out there too. But we'll get to that here in just a second. So, got special features on each disc. So, most of it has groundbreaking military special operation features, which include survival mode. Basically, that's like where it kind of shows where Rambo was throughout the film, like at different locations and stuff, which is kind of interesting. A whole bunch of early warning system, get advanced notification of upcoming survival mode, enhancements, meta brief, access instant intelligent dossiers at critical moments in the film, metascope, scope out people, places, and events as they occur in the movie, meta sight, acquire enemies and objectives via laser gunning targeting, meta point, track action with a picture-in-picture radar sweep of topography and terrain, meta map, dial in on a 3D screen satellite positioning map. Everything's in widescreen. But there are some other bonus features that are exclusive to this set. So, that was basically everything that I mentioned on the first one. And the second one. And the third one. Okay. However, I think these editions, are a little bit different than what I was expecting it to be. So, okay, so that's the original Ultimate Edition release. There was another release. Here we have... You hear that? That's metal. We've got the Rambo Special Edition trilogy. Oh yeah. So, this one here, this is the edition you want to get if you are wanting bonus features. So, basically, everything that is in here has been re-released left and right. But the thing is that with these editions, though, is that these editions are actually the original flipper disc editions with this big old honking case, like so. Yeah. But with this set, the set actually includes an exclusive bonus feature disc, which is available only in this set, which is really cool. So, however, though, I think there is one difference between this original Ultimate Edition set and the other individual release Ultimate Edition sets. I think there's actually a commentary that's actually not on there. But, okay, so here we have, so for First Blood, we've got everything that's widescreen and full screen. But for the bonus features, we've got new documentary, Drawing First Blood, creating John Rambo 20 years later. The creators of First Blood recount their tales and launching David Morrell's groundbreaking novels to the big screen and developing a powerful new franchise. Water. Production notes, cast and crew information, theatrical trailer and teaser, and audio commentary with writer David Morrell. Rambo First Blood Part 2. The technical features are all the same on all three of them, so I'm not going to go through it. New documentary. Do we get to win this time? The Rambo phenomenon. Brand new interviews with the film's creators reveal the making of this historic film and how Rambo became a household name. And then the production notes, cast and crew, theatrical trailer, audio commentary with director George P. Cosmatos. And then for Rambo 3, new documentary, Afghanistan Land in Crisis, an in-depth look at Rambo's fictionist involvement in Afghan in light of America's role almost 20 years later. That was actually set back during the time of during the Desert Storm era. Production notes, cast crew info, theatrical trailer, audio commentary with director Peter McDonald. So, now for the supplemental disc, we've got First Blood, Look Back, Rambo 3, Full Circle, Those That Wanted More, The Forging of Heroes, America's Green Berets, Rambo-nomics, Suiting Up, Rambo Survival Hardware, Selling a Hero. Those are all the featurettes. And then the documentaries include An American Hero's Journey, The Real Nam, The Voices from Within, Guts and Glory, and a trivia game. Yes. Okay. Excuse me. Now, I think for the re-releases of the Ultimate Edition, I think it is First Blood or Rambo 3. There is one of them that actually has a commentary by Sylvester Stallone. So, if you want everything when it comes to bonus material, you need to get both sets on DVD. Now, I think everything has been ported over to the Blu-ray sets, I believe. So, yeah. But, yeah. I mean, I was kind of surprised to find this, because the funny thing is, when I saw this, it just kind of caught my eye. I'm like, wait a minute. I knew I had seen the other set, and I'm like, I had to grab both of them. Yeah, because this, I don't find this anywhere. This is, like, definitely way long out of print. And, so I know that these have been re-released, individually. Now, with the special editions, though, they have re-released this, but they are actually on 2 discs. One is widescreen, one is full screen, so, and it's on single discs, not a flipper disc, but still, I mean, you can't really beat that. I mean, you know, Stallone, look at that. That's just ripped. Rambo. There you go. Oh, man. I think I've lingered on and chit-chatted long enough. Jeez. Alright, so with that, you guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and with that, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.